Hi everyone, I'm Ryan. Today we are going to talk about body language. We are really fascinated with body language and we are particularly interested in other people's body language because it speaks a lot though you may not even notice that what you are doing. Some body language are natural that you don't need to learn it. For example, smile. The good news is we are actually born smiling. Using 3D ultrasound technology, we can now see that developing babies appear to smile, even in the womb. And even blind babies who never see things smile to the sounds of the human voice. So we all know smile is the nonverbal expression of happiness. How about power and dominance? In Animal Kingdom, they are about expanding. So you make yourself big, you take up space, and you basically opening it up. And actually humans do it too. This expression, which known as pride, Jessica Tracy has studied. She shows that people who are born with sight and people who are not do this when they win at a physical competition. So when they cross the finishing line and they have won, it doesn't matter if they never seen anyone do it, they just do it. So when we think of nonverbal, we think of how we judge others, how they judge us, and what the outcomes are. We know there's a lot of evidence that our nonverbal govern how others people think and feel about us. However, we tend to forget there's another audience that's influenced by our nonverbal, and that's ourselves. So here comes the question. Our thoughts and our feelings and our physiology, are they all influenced by our nonverbal? In addition to theorizing on evolution in the origin of species, Charlie Darwin also wrote the facial feedback response theory. His theory states that the act of smiling itself actually makes us feel better, rather than smiling being merely a result of feeling good. So smiling is not just a result of feeling good. Itself actually makes us feel better. In a related German study, researchers used fMRI imaging to measure brain activities before and after injecting Botox to suppress smiling muscle. The findings support his theory by showing that facial feedback modifies the neural processing of emotional content in the brain. So smiling stimulates our brain reward mechanism that help us feel better. But how good a smile can make you? Everyone knows that eating chocolate helps you feel happier, right? However, British researchers found that one smile can generate the same level of brain stimulation as up to 2,000 bars of chocolate. Not happy enough, the same study found that smiling is as stimulating as receive up to 16,000 pounds in cash, which is more than 600,000 NT. So now we know that when you are happy, you smile. When you smile, you feel happy. It goes both ways. How about the expression of power and dominance? I mean, when you feel powerful, you are more likely to do some high power poses. Can we fake it till we make it? I mean, can you just do some high power poses and actually experience a behavioral outcome that makes you feel more powerful? Amy Cody, a professor and researcher at Harvard Business School, conduct an experiment to see if there is truth. So, powerful people tend to be more assertive and more confident, more optimistic. They are more willing to take risks. They also tend to be able to think more abstractly. Physiologically, there are differences between powerful and powerless people too. There are differences on two key hormones: testosterone, which is the dominance hormones, and cortisol, which is the stress hormone. So powerful and effective leaders have high testosterone and low cortisol. So they decide to bring people into the lab and run a little experiment. And these people adopt for 2 minutes either high power poses or low power poses. After that, they give the test subject an opportunity to gamble, and then they take another saliva sample. So this is what they found: risk tolerance, which is the gambling. They found that when you are in the high power poses condition, 86% of you will gamble. When you are in the low power pose condition, only 60%. And there's a significant difference. And about the hormones, on testosterone, High power poses people experience about a 20% increase, while low power poses people experience a 10% decrease. And cortisol. High power poses people experience about a 25% decrease, while low power poses people experience a 50% increase. So 2 minutes lead to this hormonal change that configure your brain to basically be either assertive, confident, and comfortable, or really stress reactive and feeling kind of shut down. So it seems that our nonverbal do govern how we think and feel about ourselves. So it's not just others, but it's also ourselves. Thus, our bodies change our mind. So tiny little tweaks can lead to big changes. Therefore, before you go into the next stressful evaluative situation, just take 2 minutes doing this. Get your testosterone up and your cortisol down and smile so that you will not be freaked out and able to show others who you really are and what you are really capable of.